It's your guy, Christine. I'm still congested, but feeling a little better. This is a suggestion that I got for you guys, from you guys, a few of you guys, to check out Anxiety is the Greatest. JK, it can go jump off a microwave by Jaiden Animations. I'm excited to see what she's got to say about anxiety. We've known that she's had her battles with, self-image, self-love, and self-esteem, and eating disorders and things like that. But anxiety, I know, plays a part in that, and I battle with anxiety. I think a lot of people do. So to see her input, I'm really excited to see. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
Here! Anything you say into this will reach hundreds of thousands of people. Do anything you want with it. Have fun.
There's no stress.
P is stored in the... After being inspired by other YouTube people...
Wait, what? What was she about to say?
P is stored in the... After being inspired...
I think that's hilarious. I do want to hear what the rest of that was going to be.
After being inspired by other YouTube people for being more honest with their lives and struggles, I decided to slap my own mental health problems on the table for everyone to see.
Oh, wow, does that brain look
at it all.
Disgusting.
Gross.
Super
Help
gross.
me. I'm not secretive about stuff like this, but I also don't really talk as openly as I want to about it because I never feel like anyone wants to pay attention to me and my dumb problems. You know who else has problems? Those turtles who eat plastic bags. Those guys got a lot of problems to deal with.
I can't stand people like that. What? Oh, okay. Well,
like breathing. I'm just a shy, quiet.
Oh my goodness, the turtle dying was pretty sad. But I can't stand people like that. Like when you're talking to them about your issues, and they have to throw some huger issue. Like, who's got real problems? People, you know what? Who's got a real problem? Me and you. I ain't talking to you anymore. I'm gonna talk to somebody else. Thank you. Bye-bye. I hate people like that.
Anxious introvert. If you can't identify as that type of person, you're probably sick of people saying it all the time. And I can't blame you. It's pretty common to see people talking about anxiety and being awkward and, crippling depression. As much as I like those types of jokes because they're relatable and can be used as a dark coping mechanism to hide the self-destroying thoughts that tear you up from the inside. I also don't want people to forget what the base of anxiety really is. One thing to clear up, I've had experiences where anxiety is confused with narcissism, which... No. I'm sorry, you couldn't be more wrong about anything.
Yeah, how does that
Is this a hamster?
happen?
Still not as wrong as that guy.
Yeah.
Narcissism is when you're overly full of yourself and cocky and think everyone loves you. Anxiety is related to an unbalance in your mind about your ability to cope with things, which creates an intense amount of stress and worry.
Exactly.
Yay! There's a lot of different forms anxiety can come in, and for me, I'm struggling with social anxiety, which means I hate myself and think everyone hates me too. Woo! Ha! There's an old Greek myth about this dude Narcissus who falls in love with his own reflection and dies alone staring at it. If he had a brother social anxietus, that guy would probably have a panic attack at the thought of people looking at him, internally die at the sight of his reflection, and then blame himself for dying. I've seen people misunderstand anxiety like, oh, do you think everyone's looking at you all the time? Get over yourself, would ya? When it's actually,
is that really how people
I don't think everyone is looking at me because I'm great. I think they're severely judging me because they secretly think I'm more worthless than a dead clam.
Oh, wow.
Even though I have no proof that's what they're thinking, and they've treated me very nicely ever since I met them.
Facts. Like, you have this paranoia that people are seeing you a certain way or thinking of you a certain way, even though there is no evidence that they are thinking that. She's preaching to the choir right now because I completely relate.
I just have a hunch. Not many things bothered me as a kid. When you're like 7, the biggest things going on in your universe are staying up past 10 p.m. and trying to convince your parents to buy you mechanical pencils. Even though I was blissfully oblivious to a lot of things, I still subconsciously knew there was something different. This weird nervousness followed me everywhere. It wasn't intense 24/7, but for example, say when I had to go to the bathroom, I would feel like people were watching me through the cracks in the doors and little marks in the ceiling. Like eyes were always on me. Even though I was old enough to know that wasn't realistic at all, the feeling doesn't just go away, which is almost worse because then you feel like you're going crazy in your own head. But at the time, I just thought everyone had paranoid thoughts. You're saying you don't ever worry that everyone on the bus hates you because your backpack is too blue? Weird. Pass me that red marker. The constant uneasiness never fully goes away, even though I wasn't really conscious of having it in the first place.
Right.
Once in my senior year of high school, I was in my English class, and we were all discussing something about how men and women are different, and sexism, and that fun topic. There were a lot of good points brought up, and I wanted to contribute, so I raised my hand and almost immediately started shaking. Yep. My palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy, vomit on my sweater already, mom spaghetti, which... Why? I'm consenting to participation here. No one's holding my hands up against my will.
True.
Why do I all of a sudden feel like I want to crawl into a ravine and eat rocks alone in the dark?
Yes.
Jaiden?
I've had that issue.
Well, statements backed up by facts aren't inherently sexist. So... On average, men are generically built stronger than women, which isn't sexist, just a general fact. But saying all women are weaker than men is sexist. So, you're not sexist if, you say to a guy, dude, you can't have babies.
True.
What am I saying? Who am I? While trying to talk, I started shaking more, and my throat closed up, and my eyes were like, here, need some tears? Even though I chose to talk. Why am I like this?
Yes.
I don't understand. And one day, it just came to me, like a mailman slipped a piece of paper under my brain's doorstep.
Okay, what did it say? Mind Palace? You have anxiety.
I have anxiety. I still don't feel any better about it.
No.
Maybe a bit worse.
Yeah. I can completely I remember times in class where I would raise my hand and it was like, okay, if she doesn't pick me, there's like, okay, this is just to break down a mind of anxiety. I want to contribute. I want to be a part of this conversation, but I don't want to speak in front of everybody. If she chooses me, then yay, I get to share, but then it's like, holy crap, I'm going to have to talk. And I've had that time where like now, you like start to swallow a little bit more and you talk, my heart starts racing and I'm like freaking out mentally. Like, do I sound like a turd? Do I still know what I'm talking about? And then there's also like, if she doesn't pick me, like, there's like, okay, she's missing me, so she doesn't see what I gotta say. So then good, but then it's also like, does she not feel like I could contribute? Does she not feel like I was gonna be smart enough to say what I needed to say? Or like, holy crap, now other people don't know that I'm smart enough to be a part of this conversation. There's like, with anxiety, there's never just a good. It's like a good and a bad with everything. Yes, I'm choosing to raise my hand. Yes, I want to participate, but it's like, holy crap, am I smart enough to do it? If she chooses me, will I be smart enough? If she doesn't choose me, yes. But if she doesn't choose me, am I not smart enough? Like that's how it works. It's crazy. It's crazy. All in there. All the time.
Can I return this, please? When I went to college, I was finally on my own, which meant I was thinking on my own. And I realized, wait a second, I'm not happy, and I hate myself.
Oh, dear.
That's for me.
I like this.
Low self-esteem.
I like this brain.
And depression?
I like this little brain thing.
Eating disorders? Alright, what company got a hold of my address? I don't want this junk mail. Take me off the list.
Oh, that's funny. Stop.
Stop.
Stop to unsubscribe.
Bada bing, bada boom, the recipe was complete for a sadness cake.
Yeah.
That's me. I've known about all of this for a while, and actually, people struggling with mental illness are generally aware of it. A lot of the time they know something's wrong, but succumbing to the fact that you're not okay is really scary,
hard.
And you feel even more hopeless.
Exactly.
Like in cartoons when a wife is like, honey, I think we're lost. Let's get directions. I don't need no directions. I know where I'm going.
Okay.
The kids are hungry,
One of them might be dead.
And it should have been at the store 3 days ago.
Yeah, that one's dead.
I've got it under control.
Okay.
Darling. You're right. We're lost. I'm hopeless.
Dear.
There's science to back up that if you frame it as, I am depressed, instead of I have depression, then you're more likely to stay depressed. Realizing you're struggling is hard, and when you come face to face with the realization that you're not okay, you feel even more lost than ever. Like, how the frick am I supposed to get off this island? Also, how did I get here? Why did no one prepare me for this? Was there an emergency island escape class I missed or something?
Whose boat is this?
some floaties would be nice.
Oh, more mail.
Get out of here, mailman. It's Sunday. I was under the impression that opening my problems to people would bring them down with me or bother them. Just get really messy.
I understand.
So I went full John Mulaney with everything.
I'll keep all my emotions right here, and then one day I'll die.
Dear. I was just a ticking time bomb, which surprisingly didn't make anything better. Eventually, it got so intense and stressful. Huh. Something tells me this isn't a healthy way to confront my problems.
No,
even though I was terrified, I started being more open to close friends and family about things I'm struggling with. I began seeing a therapist, which was a bit weird at first. Hello, stranger with a degree. I'm here to tell you why I'm broken. But it gets easier as you work together, and finding the right therapist goes a long way too. These steps aren't automatic problem solvers.
Right, they're not.
I wish. But it really helps when you have support from people who want to be there for you. When problems become too heavy for you to carry on your own, the people who care about you most will come forward and be there to support you emotionally. They're not gonna watch it just get squished. So don't be afraid to talk to them. If you saw someone struggling and you really cared about them, you wouldn't hesitate to come to their aid as well. I hope so. So take it from me. Don't torture yourself. Actually, don't torture anyone.
Right.
Cool. Yeah.
This is weird.
That last scene got a bit weird. It was supposed to be like an analogy for stretching yourself thin with stress.
I get it.
I don't know, forget about it. Mental health is super important. And I'm probably not the best person to talk about happiness, but I interpret it as a skill you learn about and get better at over time. Like, it's gonna take a lot of trial and error to understand what keeps you afloat, but you can use everything you gather as you go as data to keep adapting, whether it's good or bad. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm trying to figure out stuff at the same time. Thank you for all the support as of recently.
She's hitting stuff on the head.
Unnoticed, and I've been super appreciative of everything.
I think that this is pretty awesome. I think that it's always great to hear somebody open up about something that they're going through and explain it, and it be so relatable because you go through it, you know? And I know this was a comedic video, excuse me, talking about, you know, her struggles with anxiety and just explaining what it's like for her. But for me, it's like, I hear ya. I understand. And it's hard. It is hard. And like she said, the biggest thing, because I had this kind of not a realization yesterday, but this is a realization I got a long time ago, is that knowing you've got the issue, like, doesn't always make it better. And I take that back. What I mean by that is, let me elaborate. It's not that you should avoid having the issue. What I'm saying is, somebody's like, oh, you know what you are, so you should be great now. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. Knowing that you have is a great step, yes, because then you can do what you need. Okay, this is what I've got. Now I need to see what I need to do to help fix said issue. But knowing it is not enough to just magically make everything go away. And in some cases, it's like, holy crap, I know that what I'm thinking is crazy because I've got anxiety. And so I'm like, I'm not strong enough to deal with it. It starts another cycle a lot of the time. So I would say that hats off to her. If you ever do feel like you have something, talk to somebody. That's the greatest thing. Yes, knowing what you've got is good, but it doesn't fix everything. You have to talk to somebody. You have to communicate. You have to reach out to somebody to get a support system, like she was saying, because that support is what will help. Having that support and opening up and talking, that will help. Keeping it all inside does not help. Trust me, I know. So, that was my anxiety voice, I know. Yes, so let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I could go into videos of time of explaining my mindset and mental processes and my issues, but we don't have that kind of time right now. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Is this something that was relatable for you, something you can understand? If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below to support Jaiden there. I'm super hot, and hot too. If you like this video, hug the like button. I love you guys as always, and until next time, buddies, toodles!